Yo, 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 what's going on, guys? I'm going to come at you right now with some BCH update here. So let's see what we've been doing here, right? Because I haven't made a video in a bit because we've been consolidating for quite some time here. Um, you know, in my video, I talked about, my last video, I believe we talked about how when this comes down, we want to see a nice bounce off of this 597 area here, right? We came down to this 595, 595.78. This is something that, if we look in the past history, right, because history doesn't usually repeat, but it often rhymes. And, we got rejected at that 595 area quite a few times. And when we blasted above it, we came back down to back test it, and there wasn't very many times that we were able to hold it. Well, recently, we came down and we back tested it and we bounced off it. Now, a lot of people were probably looking at this as like a bear flag, and I was as well. That was something that I was keeping in mind, that it's very possible that this could be a bear flag. But if you look at the past here as well, this is something that BCH does a lot, right? It dumps, creates a wedge of some sort that looks like a bear flag, and it breaks up. It back tests support, breaks up, back tests support, looks like a big M, or a head and shoulders potentially forming, and then it breaks up. And then it goes on a nice run, and then it dumps, creates what looks like a bear flag, and breaks up. Dumps, does the same thing over and over, right? And then on the bigger time frames, or in the bigger picture here, right? Big dump, potential bear flag, but really some type of wedge, and it runs. And what did we just do recently? Big dump, big potential bear flag, and a break. So now where are we? Well, we broke what I'm looking at as a downward sloping resistance that we broke out from. So this 670 level is the next resistance level that's very, very tough to get above. You can see here, when we broke it, came up with some force. We hit 700. That's going to be another level, 595 or so. It's going to be another level to watch above. If we look in the past, well, let's see. We couldn't hold it as support here. We dumped, created this, was a real bear flag. So it was a kind of a fake out, right? Because it kind of did what it usually does, and then it dumped. Over here, we chopped around on top of this 670. Had a fake breakout. Couldn't hold support. Dumped. Back tested 602. We ran. Back tested double bottomed on this 670. We ran. Couldn't hold this 700 to what I have as 715. Dumped. Back tested the 670, 677. Ran. Couldn't hold this 714. Dumped. Back tested the 631. Ran. Couldn't hold the 615. Dumped. Right? So, this is just something that I'm keeping in mind. I'm always looking at past performance in the stock market, in cryptocurrencies, and everything just to see. Right here, ran up. This is, that was earlier, right? Let me go to the 4 hours so we don't have to scroll so far and zoom out. Or maybe even the daily, right? Or daily. Here we go. Daily. What level was this? It was 500s. This level here. This was our big run, which we didn't create any structure, right? We just blasted, started at freaking 300, and we ran all the way up, all right, to pretty high at 1.4, almost 4K. And then when we dumped, we didn't have any structure built because we just ran straight up. And then we came up again, tried to double top 1800, got mean rejection. And then we dumped completely. And then we consolidated for a long, long time. And this time we're coming up and we're creating better structure here, right? We're back testing old support as new resistance and we're doing a great job. Now, of course, here we kind of didn't. Well, actually, I want to say here we didn't do that, but when we look at the smaller time frames and everything we've been going over in our videos, we have been creating this bullish structure for once. So now what are we doing? Well, this first time we came up, touched the 690, we dumped, we back tested the 600, and now we're heading up. We consolidated on top of the 630 level, and now we're coming up again to the 670 level. So, you can see on this 4 hour, we got a bullish MACD cross, but as of right now, and it doesn't have to play out, but we do have some potential divergences in the RSI right now, and that's something to keep in mind here, because you can see on the left here, when we last hit the 690 to 700 level, the RSI was up here at 81. And now we're testing the 670 level, and we're only a 74. The other thing to watch here is this RSI here, which means if, in fact, this was going to play out something of the sort on the RSI, on the MACD, this could be a left shoulder, a head, and we could be coming up here to make a right shoulder, potentially. It doesn't have to happen, right? But it's just something to keep in mind. Now, this move here, just based off of the measurement of this wedge, we have a bullish target of $751. Wait, $755. Now, this could be a legit breakout here, but if we look at the hourly just to see, as of right now, we're creating bearish divergence. We're higher on the left, lower on the right, and on the price action, obviously you can tell we're lower on the left, higher on the right. So that's going to play out and is currently playing out at the moment. So the question is, and we're getting the spinning top here. So the question is, are we going to continue to consolidate on top of this 660 to, somewhere between 662, 661.50 to 673, and I would love to see this consolidate in here, even if it takes a whole day. So that's something I'm keeping an eye on here as well, right? So, we could come as low as this 20 EMA, which is at 654.27. But with this bullish pattern here, that I'm perceiving as a bullish pattern, we could be just consolidating here before we launch up here. 615 is going to be a tough area here, and we're going to have to try to find support on this as well. We could just break right up to the target, come back test potentially this 615, and see if we're going to be able to hold it, or if we're going to come down and back test the 675. But that's the area here that's giving us trouble as well. The 675.07, 674.01 roughly, right? So this is where we're at with BCH right now. And that's what I'm watching, is pretty much the levels from 652 to 675. And, of course, we'll have to see how this plays out. If we can flag out here and run, we create a falling wedge and run, or if, in fact, we get one more dump back down to the 640 and then run, 650 and then run, whatever it does, right? But as of right now, this is a breakout, and we're trying to confirm it right now, but we're not getting much volume here. So we'll have to see if this just trends in here for a little bit, and that's kind of what I'm assuming that's going to happen. And just like Bitcoin, we're probably doing roughly the same thing, where we're just kind of consolidating here, creating a falling wedge. But as of right now on Bitcoin, we did just get rejected at this trend line here, and we're coming back down potentially to test this 59,400 as confirmed support, which has not been able to really been done on Bitcoin either. We've consolidated under this trend line, and then we slowly fall below this 59.4, and we head down. So right now on Bitcoin, it's kind of doing the same thing as BCH. It's trying to consolidate on top of a trend line that is very tough to consolidate on, and it could backtest this area of support. So we'll have to see if BCH does the same thing, comes back down to 662 or 650, and then runs. So that's kind of where we're at with the cryptocurrency market, with a few things, and many things are doing that. Litecoin, you know, all these different things I'm looking at. So I just wanted to make this video here. Hopefully this is helpful, and hit the like button.